So if you're just now viewing this, we just got out of federal custody, detention, whatever you want to call it. We've been there for 2 hours. We actually contacted the local state police, and they took us back to the border to go pick up our camera equipment from earlier that we had left on a couple trees to film illegals coming in over the Rio Grande River. And there's 0 signs up that says no trespassing, anything like that to that nature. There's just one that says state land. That's it. There's no signs. And we ride down there with a friggin' state police officer. And then we're met by Border Patrol. And both of them tell us we're fine to be there. And we're standing in front of one of our cameras. We show them where we set it up. We're talking for a while. And the Border Patrol guy is like, cool, man. Ride around. If you need anything, let me know. Call us back if you need us. So we're like, all right, we're going to drive back down this way, go check on our other camera really quick and see what's going on. And Zimmerman and I get out of the vehicle, and we start doing a stand-up report, talking about what we're doing out here, what's going on. I'm on Periscope Live right now, the InfoWars one. And as you can see... Hello?
Hi.
How'd you guys enjoy that encounter?
Detained by feds.
Fucking
It's
sucks.
always
Standing there filming, and we're getting, maybe go have some dinner, I don't know, hang out for a minute, come back later when the sun starts to go down like we did last night. And before we know it, 2 state wildlife fish refugee people or whatever pull up, detain us, and then we had to sit up and wait on another federal agent to come in who is a federal state and wildlife officer. They took my 2 firearms, my 2 Springfield 1911s. They took Zimmerman's gun.
Springfield XD.
A Springfield XD that he had holstered. He has his concealed carry permit and open carry, all that on him. I left mine in the car. And so we're being questioned for being out there. And our whole thing is like, hey man, the police just escorted us out here. And literally they sent us down there and then left and screwed us over. And now the federal agents detained us we've been standing out in the freaking sun for the last 2 hours being questioned about stuff. Do what?
So hot, yeah.
So hot.
Oh, it's like 100 degrees outside, and like everybody's on the verge of about ready to throw up because we have no water. Luckily, towards the end, at the end of the ordeal, they finally gave us some water. But and it's dusty as hell, breathing all this damn dust. But yeah, that's what's been going on for a while now. I mean, it's completely and totally ridiculous. There's 4 different entities that govern the land out there.
On the federal level, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and then there's the Federal Border Patrol. Then you have the Texas State Police, and then you also have the Texas Game Wardens. So all 4 of these, two state, 2 federal agencies, all have jurisdiction here. And they can all arrest you, they can all,
But they all have a different standard on where you can and can't be.
Yeah. They couldn't tell it. They're like, if you look at Google Maps, you can see where the area is. You can't. It's not marked. Right now, yourself, you can look on Google Maps and the name of the bridge.
The Andalusia International Bridge.
International Bridge. It is directly southeast of it, or just east of the bridge. And there's nothing on there that says what this land is. You see a bunch of little dirt roads going through it, and that's what we were driving on. There's nothing that says this is federal land, federal wildlife sanctuary. We actually got to one sign, right under the bridge that said, this is not a public road, do not enter. And you know what we did?
Turned around.
We turned around. We didn't enter. Because when doing these reports, we don't want to get detained. We don't want to get fined. We were each fined quite a bit.
Yeah, we just paid $230 a piece per person. And the guy said, we can either pay now with credit card and get our guns back, or go online or call in and we can try to take this to court and all that. You know what? My Springfield 1911s are my babies. Negative. The thing is we're wasting a lot of money to screw over Americans who are out there filming what's going on. And we have footage of this. I know people are going to go, oh my God, this is BS. This didn't happen. I had on a chest camera like the police have. Zimmerman had one on as well.
Got our body cams. All of us have a camera running.
Allie had a cell phone going. And we were filming this the whole time. I mean, they were like, put your hands up. And they searched us. Saw that he had a firearm on his hip. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. Wonder how many family or how many people, how many drugs came across the border just behind us, while they're more worried about us, an American citizen in America on a border, covering what's going on with the obscure amount of fucking wide openness, the craziness going on, and they're more concerned about us being there.
So, and then when they were trying,
And there's no signs. There's 0 signs that say you can't be there.
when they were trying to strip me of my firearm, they just started pulling on it. And
didn't even know
the,
that.
the holster. I know, and these are law enforcement people.
Yeah, they should know.
I'm wearing a holster that is, basically it's an open carry holster. It's much like law enforcement has, where there's retention. You press a little button and then you withdraw the firearm. And the lady's just grabbing on it with both hands, pulling on it, and I'm like just looking at her, hands up, because I don't want them to shoot me.
I actually noticed something that you told me before when you want to take the mag out and then you unclip it. She did it the other way around.
Yeah, they racked the slide, put another round in the chamber,
took the mag out, and then she noticed
and
that
then
she
racked it open.
up.
Yeah, dropped it around on the ground, and then finally locked it back. It's like these people
how
down
many
there
have
at the
you
border who are arresting us and telling us, "Hey, this is not a safe place for you to be." They literally don't even know how to operate the same hands.
Yes, we got our drive down the road, and then we had to pay them right there on our cell phones.
$690.
$690 altogether for us, and then he gave us our guns back. But I mean, we had questions like, all right, if we pay this, does that mean that we're saying we're guilty for something? Is this going to affect us down the road? Are we going to be screwed over from here on out for this?
Yeah,
is this going to be like a charge that's held over our head for a while?
Because a lot of these things we go to, we get security for. Like for the RNC and DNC, we've submitted a lot of information to the U.S. Secret Service, and they did background checks, very thorough ones, on every one of our coworkers that are going out there to these conventions, because we're going to be in the same room as Donald Trump, and we're bringing backpacks and cases of equipment in. They want to make sure we have clean backgrounds, and every single person who works at InfoWars, whose stuff was submitted, had a perfectly clean background come up. We're trying to ask. It's like, by paying, yes, it's not that big of a fine. It's $230 a person. If background check is done on us in the future, is this something that's going to screw us over? And he told us that it's not. We got that on our cameras here. We also have them saying, you should have seen the signs. There's signs on your way in.
Yeah, but then we also have the police officer and the border patrol saying this is public land.
So
we're going to have a video that's going to come out about this from harassed to now. This is going to be like a 5-hour span of footage. We'll break down, edit it, and you guys can see. It might be back. It'll be out tomorrow morning. It's going to take time because there's 3 different cameras going for the last few hours. I mean, just think about this. We're American citizens in our land. There's no clearly marked area, and we stopped and filmed. The state police officer followed us down the trail and goes, I don't see why you can't be here. I have that conversation on camera as well. I just don't understand why they're more concerned about us being down there than they are the illegals and the people coming across.
Yeah, there's a flood of people coming across.
We're in McAllen, Texas, right down near the Andalusia International Bridge. We're on the east side, right there along the Rio Grande River, filming what's going on out there.
In this whole call, so there was actually, I heard like some kids yelling and stuff like that, and I saw them like run off, thinking, oh, maybe there's like they're crossing like right now. And they're like, no, they're just like refreshing in the river. And
I made a joke with one of the officers. I was like, yeah, I'm sure they're just going for a little swim in the Rio Grande, right? And he's like,
and getting out in the wrong side of the country. Oh, sorry, you're in America. Oh,
damn it, I'm in America again.
I didn't even know.
And they were.
Oh, you can go back home. It's fine. No citation for you.
They were attempting to like guilt us by telling us, I know. They're like, how long have you been working in journalism? I was like, well, since last September. He's like, now I know you think you're doing good, and he's trying to give me a talking to. It's like, dude, you're already giving me a citation and a fine. He's like, I know you're trying to do good. You think you're helping? And it's like, well, actually, we are. These reports are being viewed by so many people. Donald Trump, talking about InfoWars reports that Joe Biggs, Josh Owens got at the Texas border of people throwing drugs in the car. This is making a difference. Journalism does make a difference bringing light to the situation that, look, we want to show America there's not a wall here. These people can just swim right across the border. There's nothing, protecting this area, other than some people who are, too concerned with, dealing with us. So anyway, they're giving me a talking to. They're like, now, all this time you're wasting of ours. We can't be out there catching anybody. We're the only people looking after this area right now, so it's wide open while we talk to you guys. It's like, well, maybe you could not detain journalists. That would be good. Not detain and give journalists citations because we didn't get a little pass from land that's not clearly marked as federal. So anyway, we paid our fine, but really that was just to get our firearms back. I don't believe we did anything wrong. I believe this is protected by the First Amendment, and that is a slippery slope when you start detaining and finding journalists who are actively out there doing their work. We're not poachers. These are game wardens. These are game wardens that stopped us. We're not out here fishing or hunting illegally, or we're not the people illegally crossing the border with bales of drugs. We're out here filming. It's
reporting,
anyway.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So look for that report tomorrow. It's going to be big. Just kind of like Joe was saying, a compilation of from the very beginning, them asking us to leave, all the way up to now, getting released. And what they were trying to say is, I was down here the other week with Jakari Jackson and Don Salazar, one of the writers, and they asked us to leave this area. They said, hey, we don't know if y'all are like allowed to be here. If you could just leave. So that's you'll see that in the video tomorrow. They had asked us previously, and he goes, no, you had a notice of criminal trespass filed in your name, Mr. Zimmerman, because Ale and Joe were not here last week. So because of they had my name written down, they had wrote down my driver's license. They said there's a notice of criminal trespass against Michael Zimmerman for this area here. I wasn't notified of that. They asked us to leave that day. I was not told that I would be charged with a federal crime next time you come here.
If you come back.
Which, hey, but if I was a Clinton, I probably would have got away with this too.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton would have got away with what we just said.
Yeah.
So, hundreds of classified emails and have a server that's been compromised by, foreign entities, or what do they call it, dangerous elements or something like that. And they won't recommend indicting her. But, if you're a journalist and you go film down at the border, that's definitely worthy of a federal citation and fine. Hillary
Clinton came a federal citation for knowingly...
Not even a $230 fine for Hillary.
Sending classified emails and sharing emails with classified stuff.
Strip the header, send it unsecured. That's her words exactly. She said to
thing is though, the thing to remember, state police brought us down there about 10, 15.
They pull up 2 trucks and we're getting out just to talk to them, and they say, hands up where we can see them. And I'm like, oh shit.
Shit's going down.
This got real.
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, stay tuned for the report. It'll be out here tomorrow. We got a lot of footage to go through. Thanks, guys.
People desperate for staples like milk, rice and flour stormed a supermarket warehouse in Guyana City.
If you go back to 2007, the British Ministry of Defense came out and echoed a Department of Defense report from here in the U.S. saying that beginning in the year 2016, right through 2020 to 2030, that they believe there would be massive multi-100% food price increases worldwide. And that during that global meltdown, that there would be incredible social unrest that would depopulate much of the earth. Now, in 2016, Vice magazine and other publications are reporting on a 2015 report produced by the U.S. government, the UN, and scores of foreign nations, as well as the State Department, overseen by food giant Cargill, the World Bank, and most importantly, the World Wildlife Fund. The World Wildlife Fund is a eugenics anti-human organization set up by Prince Bernhard, who also founded the Bilderberg Group and who was a Nazi officer. In this new FEMA report, with headline, FEMA contractor predicts social unrest caused by 395% food price spikes, you learn that this is a report filed with governments and major institutions overseen by a contractor that since the 1940s has been the main advisor for the U.S. Navy Marine Corps. Now, all of this said, governments and corporations and institutions are stockpiling food and weapons. They're digging in, they're getting bunkers. Elites are fleeing to places like New Zealand en masse. We've gone from financial meltdown and huge regional wars being a possibility to being a probability to more and more becoming an inevitability. Number one, everybody needs to be able to protect themselves. Everybody needs friends and family they can rely on in crises. And everyone needs high quality storable foods and high quality water filtration systems. But we're offering the biggest wide spectrum sale ever on preparedness items, 20 to 40% at InfoWarsStore.com. On InfoWars Select, high quality storable foods, the highest quality, the lowest prices, powered by My Patriot Supply. We also sell their food as well, their full spectrum. And all of their water filtration systems across the board, from gravity-fed systems like Alexa Pure and ProPure, to shower filters, to survival straws, you name it, it's all 20 to 40% off right through July 4th at InfoWarsStore.com. I know I personally am getting prepared. The warning signs are insane. Take advantage, 20 to 40% off until early next week with the 4th of July holiday special at InfoWarsStore.com. The globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding and making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv.